see, 12:45, man.
All right,
let's go, man.
Cool. Okay, Chris. All
Damn,
right.
that's a lot.
Okay, Chris.
Do you want to do the stat?
Yeah. Go ahead. Ask your first question.
Okay, guys.
And we're going 50 and up from this point.
So here's the question, ladies, and you can use the thumbs up, thumbs down thing here. Do you think? Well, I'm going to start off with the first question. We're going to go to progressively more difficult ones. First off, does body count matter for a woman? Does it matter? Does it put green if you think yes and red if you think no? Does it matter? Okay, it matters. Okay, and then you think it doesn't matter.
Hold on. I want to get an assessment of. Okay, so
all of you think it matters except you. You don't think it matters.
Body count.
Okay, why do you think it matters? Just out of curiosity, why do you think body count matters?
I think that men think it matters.
Okay, men think it matters for sure. But like from your standpoint, objectively, does body count matter? You don't think so?
No.
You don't think it affects a woman's behavior when she gets into a relationship with the previous partners
Actually,
that she
yes.
had?
Okay, if you get in a relationship, yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think it affects how you are in a relationship if you've had previous sexual partners, a lot of previous sexual partners?
Yeah, I totally agree. It affects your mental, how you perceive your next relationship. It can create trust issues. Create certain perceptions
because she's had more sexual
because
she's had more sexual partners. It creates trust issues for her.
Exactly,
okay, cool.
so.
You don't think that body count matters. Why is that?
Why would it matter?
Bitch.
Okay.
hey, she's lit.
I mean,
anybody else who didn't think body count mattered? You guys all thought it did?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, cool. Now, you think that it doesn't. So I'm going to ask you a question. Would there be a way to prove it? So if somebody had like a survey where they looked at body count and related that to cheating, and somebody did, and they used 8,000 women and they surveyed these women. And what they did was they surveyed the women who cheated in a relationship and found their previous sexual partners before they were married, and the women who did not cheat in a relationship and their previous sexual partners before they were married. So I'm going to ask each one of you the number of sexual partners a woman who cheats in a relationship, how many sexual partners do you think she has? And a woman who doesn't cheat, how many sexual partners do you think she has?
I even think that I saw this already.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Obviously, the one who have more sexual partners cheating more.
Okay, I cannot wait to ask this in Vegas because they think it's the opposite. But it's interesting. Yes, they cheat. They have had more. How many more? Like as a percentage, how many more?
Because I
you want them to give the body count number?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that in a second.
Okay.
Actually, I'd rather have a percentage. What percentage more? So let's say the person who doesn't cheat has 5 bodies and the person who does cheat has 10 bodies. That would be a 100% increase. What percentage more do you think the women who do cheat have as far as the women who don't cheat, as far as previous sexual partners before they got married? What do you think?
I mean,
it's too advanced.
I was about to say, Mike.
She might get it, but the rest
You're right. My bad.
okay.
Miami, nigga.
No, I understand what you mean. But like the percentage, I don't know.
You
I
think it's 10% more, 50% more. What do you think?
It's obviously more.
It's
How much more? Yeah,
Is it
it's obviously
double?
more.
Is it triple? Is it quadruple?
double? What do you think? What do you think? Double or
I'd
triple?
probably
Or?
say triple.
It's triple. What do you think?
I honestly need you to explain the question one more time.
Okay.
I kind of got lost. I kind of got lost.
Yo, period, man.
Yo, North Carolina's education system is fucking terrible. God damn. Y'all niggas been taking L's all night, man.
I don't know.
There's no way you think that because you don't know about Duke or Chapel Hill.
Okay, there we go.
Whoa. Education system versus university located in your state are two different things.
We have a very Wake County.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know.
No, hold on. Hold on. I said your education system is a failure, which means the public education
Wake
system.
County is a public school system.
Well, failed y'all niggas. Not
How?
the private school of UNC or Duke or whatever it may be.
Wake,
public system.
Universities are not the same as the school system.
Wake, Dunn, Chapel Hill, Johnston County. You need to look it up.
Okay, well, did you come from that county?
Yeah, I went to school at both of those places.
Okay, well, all I got to say about that one is...
Let's try this again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Women who don't
You guys are
cheat.
not repping well. I'll just say that.
Redirecting.
Women. Okay, so there's a survey. They survey women who cheated in a relationship and women who've never cheated.
I can't hear.
No, because I'm just saying, like, we've had to rephrase questions for you several times, and they've been fairly straightforward and easy questions, but whatever.
There's 3 women talking before me. I'm allowed to ask you to rephrase the question. That's what people who debate do to make sure you can respond correctly.
It's okay. Ignore.
Chelsea,
Continue.
I know you ain't talking. I don't know.
I'm cool. No, I don't know. That's what a speaker does. They make sure they understand the question.
You survey women who haven't cheated and women who have.
Queens, man.
Go ahead.
The difference in previous sexual partners for women who haven't cheated versus women who have. What do you think it is?
in relationships.
Yeah, so they cheated. So the difference in sexual partners. So maybe a woman who hasn't cheated, maybe she's had one sexual partner. A woman who has cheated has had 5. That'd be a 500% increase. How much more do you think women who have cheated in a relationship or cheated in marriage, how many more sexual partners do you think they have? Like as a percentage, what do you think?
Probably about 20%.
20% more. What do you think?
50.
50% more. What do you think?
75.
75% more. What do you think?
50.
Nigga.
So the thing is, you just said body count doesn't matter, so your answer should be 0. Do you understand? Like by definition, your answer should be 0.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay, got it.
Hey, I told you, man. Like, wait.
This is totally listen. This is totally my fault, and I take 100% responsibility for this. I try to use statistics. I apologize.
Bro, I warned you before the
You
show.
absolutely did, and it's absolutely my fault. One more time. How much more do you think a woman who did cheat in a relationship versus a woman who didn't? How many more previous sexual partners do you think she had?
Probably
I don't know.
60%.
60% more. So the answer is about 150% more.
Wow.
Yes, it is. So in this survey, which was 8,000 women that the GSS did in 2021, what happened was women who cheated had about 8.9 previous sexual partners before they were married, and women who didn't cheat, it was about 3.2. Right? It's pretty significant. Now you guys all agreed. I've been on panels.
I got something to say. No.
Okay.
So why would you care if the person that you are currently dating has been with 10 guys before she was
Because
only
I just-
devoted to you? Like, it doesn't really matter.
Here's the problem.
Because, like, that's her background. Like, why would you care about that? You know? Like, you shouldn't even have a concern about her past and
Okay,
her
I literally
and who she's representing.
Here's the problem. If I just showed you that women who cheat are on average have 150% more sexual partners than women who don't cheat. I have just given you statistical data showing you that you probably shouldn't be with a woman who's been with a lot of men before you get married.
Wait, hold on.
Like it's not. I'm not being misogynist. I've given you actual statistical data that shows that. Does that make sense?
Myron, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Remember
It's
when,
over.
remember when
For
it was
sure.
about a year ago when you and I did the promiscuity episode together, and we were actually covering these numbers, but it was older data. Now
Yes.
remember what we said was like, what's the optimal number of sexual partners if you want to get into a relationship? Now obviously it was like 0. Okay,
course.
that was
Virgins only.
But
Can you pull it up,
If there was
Mo?
one, what do you remember the number that we came up with before you look at this?
My number's about to be 72 because it's over, bro. This
you
shit's
know,
starting to get ridiculous.
It came back, when
six,
we
right?
discussed this, we said 6
Under six,
was the
right?
number. Was 6 was the number?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so what is the number now?
Go ahead and pull it up, Mo, real quick, so you can see real quick.
Remember
Okay,
that was 1 year ago.
Yeah, so you can see the no's were 6,790 and the yeses were 736. And on average, the women who didn't cheat said they had about 3.8, and the women who did cheat had about 8.9. So you can see that.
So we were off by 2.
Yes.
Or
Yeah, but
thereabouts.
the point is right there, the next paragraph says the average number of male sexual partners for married women who cheated on their husbands was 2.3 times higher than those women who did not cheat. Do you guys understand? That is, you cannot, from this point on, this debate is over. The idea that body count doesn't matter, this checkmate. It's over. It's done. The data is in. Women who have more sexual partners make worse wives on average. They are
Everybody
more
cheats.
likely to cheat on you, period. You cannot say that this is a function of a misogyny or a patriarchy. There is actual solid data on this now. And this is probably the most offensive thing ever. I promise you, if there was data out there that showed as women had more sexual partners, they were better wives, you would publish that data and immediately, in a heartbeat, and you would immediately, you would be awarded the Nobel Prize in psychology without review. Immediately, you would be granted hundreds of millions of dollars of research if you found any data that showed that. But of course, they did this data back in 1995. We couldn't find any studies on this for like 25 years because nobody wanted to do this
touch it.
research that showed very clearly that as women have more sexual partners, they make worse wives. They are less likely to stay in a relationship. They're more likely to cheat, and they're more likely to file
Mike,
for
who
divorce.
hurt you, you misogynist?
My expectations hurt me. Thank you very much.
Small dick energy.
Right? He's making a
Small
lot of
dick energy.
emphasis on that.
Yeah. Small dick energy, right?
Cut it.
Small dick energy.
All right, let me just state this for the record because I know the first thing that's going to happen in the comments is, well, what about the guys? Okay, this is not about the guys. Okay, that's every time you throw this out there, it's like,
We're not
what about men?
Hold on. Here's the thing. We're not filing for divorce. We're not not filing for divorce. If 80% of divorces are filed by women, and we're talking about you're more likely to file for divorce if you've had more previous sexual partners. Well, it's like, well, what about men? If men have more previous sexual partners, are they more likely to file for divorce? We're not the ones filing for divorce.
Yeah.
Period. So that's not the issue. That's not where it comes from. So do you guys understand the point? The issue is that this argument comes up, body count doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I did before. Then that should read out from the data. You should have maybe a small correlation. Maybe women who cheated maybe had 10% more sexual partners, not 230% more sexual partners. That is a full-on statistical correlation. And so if you see that and you have a problem with it, again, let me ask you something. If I had a niece or if I had a sister and I told her, I was like, hey, just to let you know, there's some studies. It might have to do with your endocrine system. It might have to do with your neurochemicals. But for some reason, when you have more sexual partners, it doesn't allow you to imprint on the man that you end up wanting to marry. And so that may cause you to have a worse relationship. If I tell that to my niece, is it because I don't love her? Or is it because I do love her?
You do love her.
Because you do
love her.
So I'm giving good advice to my female friends and female family members because I do love them. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
That's not misogyny. The point of the point of the data is to show you what reality is. Do you guys understand?
I don't know what that means, but that sounds hurtful.
Chris, what the fuck, man?
No, I'm out.
Chris,
I'm
what
out.
the fuck, man?
Yo, I'm out of here, bro.
Chris, what the fuck, nigga?
What, nigga? Like,
No, what? No, nigga. What the fuck is going on
bro,
here?
yo, these guys want to smash, man. So, hey, listen, man. Listen, man.
That's true. She won't have a problem mating, but
You're right,
goddamn.
Dan and Myron, and you warned Mike.
Nigga, you're right, bro.
I was warned. Okay, now here's the other thing.
And I do want to say this. Somebody clip this and send that. I ain't going to say his name because he's a fucking clout-chasing loser, but there's been this idiot running around saying, well, actually, it's men have more sexual partners. They're more likely to cheat. But they're not the ones ending relationships.
Yes.
You fucking loser.
That's the whole point.
So here's the thing. I go on shows all the time and I bring up the 70 to 80% divorce rate. We talk about this all the time, right? So then women say, well, you shouldn't be looking for whoever initiates the divorce. You should be looking for the reason why there's a divorce. Maybe it's still the man's fault, even though it's the woman who files for divorce. Yeah. So what's a way scientifically we can control for that? How about we just remove men altogether and we look at lesbian couples versus homosexual couples and we look at the divorce rate. So if what women are saying is correct and it's men to blame, what we should find is the same level of divorce or lesbians should be divorced less. And what do we find? Anybody want to take a guess?
Oh yeah.
No.
What do you find?
Oh, yeah, because, you were real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take
You
a
have
guess.
no men to blame.
I can take a guess.
What do you think?
I mean, I know you have an agreement. So it's obviously gonna agree with what you are saying. So it's gonna be women.
Okay, how much more?
Lesbian.
How much more do you think
I don't
lesbians?
know. Like it was 150 the other time, so maybe like 100 this time.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Women file for divorce. Lesbian couples file for divorce 100% more than gay men file for divorce. So even when you don't have men to blame, you are still leaving relationships faster.
Listen.
I love this.
Yo. She didn't skip nothing, bro. She didn't skip nothing.
Do you understand? And by the way, do you want to know the number one?
This is why women deserve less book in stores, ninjas. God damn.
Do you want to know what precipitates lesbian divorce the most? Do you want to know what it is?
What?
It's when lesbian women have children. And when they have children, I don't know the data on this, but I will bet you every penny I have that the lesbian member that files for the divorce is the one who is the biological mother of the child. I almost guarantee you. Because homosexuality for women is a spectrum and for men it's more binary. So what happens is all of a sudden she has a baby and she looks over at her partner and she looks at the baby and looks at her partner and thinks about, I need someone to protect, provision, provide, and it's not you. And so I'm going to go start dating men again. And that's essentially what happens. And I'm out. So that's essentially what happens. So even when you don't have...
God.
Even when ladies don't have men to blame, they're still leaving relationships more.
Wow.
Even when they don't have men to blame. So that's the issue, right?
Sartain, W.
I think fantastic.